So I just woke up and I just went on my phone and I saw a trailer for a certain game. And the moment I saw the trailer, I thought, I just had to make a video talking about it. It was awesome. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a really big fan of No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2. Really, really awesome and extremely underrated video games for the Nintendo Wii. Sadly, No More Heroes suffered the exact same fate as The World Ends With You. Freaking awesome video game overshadowed by mainstream video games and lack of advertising. Just like The World Ends With You, as far as I know, there was not even one commercial for No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 on TV. I didn't even know about those games at all. Want to know how I found out about them? This is why I stand by YouTubers who do game reviews. Because I found out about No More Heroes through Some Call Me Johnny. And the gameplay looks so cool that I thought, I have to get this game. It looks awesome. So I played No More Heroes, I beat it, then I played the second one, I beat it. But then that's it. The story is over. As far as I know. Then I see No More Heroes is starting to get some more attention again. They got a remake, or not remake, an HD remaster for the PS3, if I remember right, or was it the PS4? I think it was actually the PS4, called No More Heroes. I think it was something like Paradise Edition or something like that. Anyway, I saw they got an HD makeover and it looks really nice. I thought, oh, okay, so it's starting to get more attention. That's really cool. But then nothing happened. Fast forward all the way to this year with the Nintendo Switch, and that one Nintendo Switch press conference or whatever it was, when they were having the other third-party companies pop up and be like, hey, we're going to make a game for the Switch. And then Suda51 appears, and they have, the creator of No More Heroes talk about No More Heroes 3. But it was disappointing because 1, there was no footage, 2, it was just a picture of Travis, and then 3, the translator sucked ass, and he sounded like he had no idea what he was even saying. So it made what should have been a really awesome moment for me as a fan kind of awkward, like what's going on here, And then today, I saw a trailer for No More Heroes 3. And what's going to be really, really cool is, according to the trailer, it's going to run on the Unreal Engine 4, which, as you may or may not know, is an engine that runs actually really, really good on the Nintendo Switch. Which is why people are speculating that eventually Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come over to the Switch too. No, I'm not saying it is, because, Square Enix has not confirmed it, no one's confirmed it. But the fact that it runs on an engine that runs already really well on the Nintendo Switch means that there's a really high chance it could then easily be ported over. And that's another advantage that the Nintendo Switch has. It's apparently made in a certain way that makes it really, really easy to port games over. And that's one of the reasons why Nintendo always struggled with third-party companies and games, because their consoles were always really, really hard to port games over to, and that's why we always got the inferior version on the Nintendo console. But not this time. No More Heroes is being created for the Switch. We saw it, No More Heroes 3 is being created for the Switch. We saw it at that press conference. And I saw the trailer that it's going to be on the Unreal Engine 4. So it's just, all the little pieces are coming together. It is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. And makes you wonder, where are we going to go from here? See, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to try to briefly talk about the games. No spoilers. So you can pick up the games too if you want. I would love to somehow play these for my channel, but I would have to do that on a Wii emulator, and I don't know how that would work because, again, the Wii has motion controls. But anyway, No More Heroes is basically about a guy who has this sort of like a lightsaber knockoff called a beam katana, and he enters a tournament to become the best assassin in the world. He beats all the other assassins and becomes the #1 ranked assassin ever. his motivation for doing all of this is so he can have sex with the person who created the tournaments. And he does, but not in the first one. He does in the second one. And they don't show it. It's just like, he goes into his room with her, he shuts the door, and then the camera of the game is focused on the door. And then you just see him come out of the door and scream, "Downward fucking dog!" It was hilarious. So anyway, he doesn't have sex until the second one, though. Anyway, in the second game, Travis is the number 1 ranked assassin in the world, and so because of that, he has a giant target on his head, basically, and everyone is going after him, trying to kill him, so that he can become they can become the number 1 ranked assassin instead of him. And that's why in No More Heroes 2, he has apparently been in hiding for a few years, and he has disappeared, and you first actually start off the game with a boss fight. Someone has tracked you down, you as Travis, and is trying to kill you, so you have to then kill that guy. And by doing that, Sylvia pops up and it's like, "Hey, you should enter the tournament again, since you just killed somebody." And Travis refuses at first, but then she promises to have sex with him, and really means it this time, and that's when, he enters the tournament again. In No More Heroes 2, the game continues, and the themes get a lot darker and a lot more mature, and Travis doesn't view the killing as a game anymore. That's the big theme of No More Heroes, the duality of playing a video game. It's fun, it's all fake, it's all pretend, but at the same time you are still technically killing, even though it's a digital program, it's not real. But for Travis, being the character, he is real, so that's a theme in the game. And No More Heroes 1, he doesn't take it seriously, but then in No More Heroes 2, he starts to take it seriously and, realizes that, for him, he is killing people. For us, it's not real, but for him, it is, So he starts to take it more seriously, and long story short, without spoiling anything, he doesn't want the assassin tournaments to be a thing anymore. The assassin tournaments, it's basically like the Hunger Games, but with assassins. They even broadcast the boss fights, each assassin fight, you as a player play as Travis on TV. Some of the levels of the boss fight and some of the characters will actually have TVs in the background. If you look for a few seconds at the TV, you can see that the TVs are copying every move you make. So it's basically like the Hunger Games, where your fights are broadcasted on TV for other people to see. So it's a really messed up form of entertainment where you're watching people fight to the death and kill each other on live TV. And Travis doesn't want to be part of that, and he wants to end the tournament. And that's why he tries to kill everybody, but not to win, but to completely destroy the tournament, go right up to Sylvia and say, "We're done, we're not going to do this ever again, this tournament needs to stop." So, with that done, where do we go from here? No More Heroes 3, the trailer shows that Travis is literally in a trailer. He's actually moved out of his motel that he lived in No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2, and he now lives in a trailer out in the middle of nowhere to, again, lay low and make sure no one really knows where he is, since, again, he has a big target on his head. And the trailer shows someone sneaks into his trailer, and the guy who sneaks into the trailer is going to try to kill Travis. And you see him, once again, breaking the fourth wall, and he is doing a sort of reference to No More Heroes 2. In No More Heroes 2, Travis had to do mini-games to help earn money so we could then pay his entry fee to get inside the tournament. And in No More Heroes 2, the mini-games were done in 2D sprites, and then you see in No More Heroes 3, he's actually playing the mini-game, so I thought that was a nice, funny reference, because that's something that No More Heroes does too. Just like Deadpool, Travis Touchdown is aware he's not real, he's aware he's in the video game, and that's part of the theme. He thinks that since, he's not real, and everyone else is not real, that doesn't really matter. But that's why in No More Heroes 2, that theme of how, for him, his world does exist, and for him, he is still killing people, that's why it takes a more serious tone. So, it makes you wonder, what are they gonna do now? He pretty much canceled the tournament. I remember, right, it's been several years since I played No More Heroes 2, if I remember right, I think Sylvia even agrees with him. Says, you know what, we should stop this. We should end this. And she does that because she starts to fall in love with Travis. So that makes me wonder, you know, what are they going to do then? The first one is about entering the tournament. He beats the tournament. The second one is about stopping the tournament. He stops the tournament and kills everyone who participated except for Sylvia, because she's, you know, his love interest. So what are they going to do now? Like, I love that we're probably going to get No More Heroes 3, but what do we do? And for those of you who are watching this and you know about the secret ending to No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2, you'll know what I'm thinking about. Like, you know, Travis has a brother. What are they going to do with that? You know, what are they going to do about No More Heroes? Like, I really want to know what are they going to do with this IP, because we technically weren't supposed to get a sequel. At the end of the first game, Sylvia breaks the fourth wall, and the credits roll, and she pops up and says, "Oh, I know. Too bad we're not going to get a sequel." So it's almost like Suda51 almost guessed that their game was not going to make that much money, and that it wasn't going to make enough to make a sequel. But then it does. And then they make a sequel. So I was like, what do we do now? Suda51, the company that made the game, was already expecting that their product was not going to do well. And that's why they even put that little joke in there. Too bad we're not going to get a sequel. And then they make a sequel. So it's like, well, what do we do? What do we do now? You know? So I would love for certain characters to come back besides Sylvia, her brother, not her brother, Travis's brother to come back. I would love for Shinobu to come back. Shinobu is a friend of Travis, who originally is one of the assassins in No More Heroes 1. And Jean. What about Jean, Travis's kitty cat, who is a kitten in No More Heroes 1, and then she's a freaking overweight cat in No More Heroes 2, and then if you help her get back to being healthy, you unlock a new attack for Travis. So what about Jean? Jean has to be in the trailer with Travis, but the trailer is so dark that you can't see. I mean, the trailer for the game and also the trailer that Travis is living in. So what about Jean? Where's his cat? Did she die? You know, that would be sad if his cat passed away. And how long is this game taking place after No More Heroes 2? And the cutscene, trailer, whatever, Travis looks exactly the same. It looks like he hasn't really aged. It looks like the games are taking at least maybe a year or maybe 2 years apart from each other. That's what I'm guessing, because the gap between the games can't be that big, because Travis looks exactly the same. He hasn't aged at all. So anyway, those are my thoughts on No More Heroes 3, the trailer for the Nintendo Switch. And it looks awesome. I just wish it was longer. I wish there was more information revealed, but I guess it's just in really, really early development, and all they have is the trailer, so oh well. I'm looking forward to when the game is released, and I for sure am going to get it when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, and here's hoping that it's even better than No More Heroes 2, but here's also hoping that it's on a bigger budget, because I feel like there was a huge budget cut for No More Heroes 2, because in that game, the hub world from No More Heroes 1 is gone. The areas Travis could go to level up his stats and become stronger, like the gym, are gone. And it's all done through a menu instead. And all the mini games, instead of using 3D models like they did in the first one, were replaced with 2D sprites. So it's kind of like what Yandere Dev said about the development of Yandere Simulator. He too was going to make mini games for Yandere-chan to earn money, and they were going to be 3D models, but he explained that for people on a smaller budget, that it's just easier to make games with 2D sprites. That's why almost every single indie game ever is done with 2D sprites. It's just cheaper and easier to do. So it makes me think that sadly No More Heroes 2 had a budget cut, and that I'm hoping the same thing doesn't happen with No More Heroes 3. I want a bigger budget, and I want the hub world to come back, and I want the 3D models to come back for the mini games. I mean, the 2D ones were cute, I didn't mind them, but I just preferred the 3D mini games. Anyway, this is Windfire going away, and I will see you all next time. Bye.